Today we're talking about the Low Control plugin by Black Salt Audio. So, based upon its name, this plugin basically controls your low end. And in this tutorial, we are going to talk about what its best use cases are, how to actually use the plugin, and then I'm going to let you hear it on kick drum and then bass. So, if you guys want to learn more about this plugin, stick around after this introduction.
Imagine softly.
Welcome everybody, I'm Dan Spencer and I am the Audio Sorcerer. So this is the channel where I teach you how to perfect your audio recording, mixing, and mastering skills. So before we get to the video, make sure you guys smash that like button, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when I have new videos coming out. So without further ado, today we're talking about the Black Salt Audio Low Control plugin. And as mentioned in my last video, Black Salt Audio is a brand new plugin company, and hence this is a brand new plugin. And I have a link in the description below where you can go check them out. And if you sign up for their email list, you can get special pricing on these plugins because they are not out yet. They come out June 1st. However, if you're watching this video after June 1st, the plugins are now out and you should definitely go check out their website for more information. So with that being said, let's talk about the Low End Control plugin. So what does the Low End Control plugin do? Basically, this plugin is meant to be used on your low end instruments, hence the bass guitar or the kick drum. However, it can also be used on your master bus for mixing or mastering because it has some good tools within it that can correct some of your low end issues. So we're going to get to all of that within this tutorial. And what I want to do throughout this tutorial is show you guys how this plugin actually works, what all the parameters do within it, and then I'm going to let you guys hear what it sounds like on a kick drum and then on the bass. All right, so let's get into this tutorial and let's talk about how this plugin actually works. All right, so this plugin has two different sections. On the left-hand side, you have the control section. On the right-hand side, you have the enhance section. Now, for these to be enabled, they have to be lit up in white. If they're not, they're going to be grayed out like this. All right, so on our control side here, we have a threshold knob. And this works just like any other compressor. The more you pull this down, the more gain reduction you're going to get. And then the gain reduction meter here will show you how much gain reduction you're actually getting. Now, to actually decide where this is actually getting triggered at, you have to select down here, compress below. So you have to specify what frequency that this is going to start compressing below. So the default here is 90 Hertz. So this is only going to compress frequencies below 90 Hertz. And that's what's cool about this plugin. It allows you to really tone in those really low frequencies. And then over here, we have our low gain, and this is essentially a makeup gain. So as we are compressing these low end frequencies, they're likely getting a little bit softer as we're controlling them more. We're going to want to turn them up a little bit. So it's basically a makeup gain, okay? And then over here, we have our output gain and output meter. And then below here, we have our solo low. So this allows us to, again, solo frequencies below the compressed below frequency that we have set here, okay? So you can really hear what you're doing. Now, the enhance section is pretty cool here. So what this does is it allows you to add harmonics at a specific frequency. So we can enhance frequencies here. And I believe this goes from, well, I'm not sure how low, let's see. It goes down to 40 Hertz up to 200 Hertz. And we can add that specific frequency by pulling up this knob here on the enhance. It's going to add those harmonics in. And what that's going to do is for the particular instrument you're adding this to, it's going to allow it to stand out better on particular listening devices that don't have good low end response. So for example, like laptop speakers, this is going to help make it stand out better. It's going to let the bass be heard better because remember on laptop speakers, your low end doesn't go as low as maybe like headphones, studio monitors, car speakers, etc. So this is what I guess you could say the pro's secret are here to help you get your low end to stand out on those listening devices. All right. So that is what this plugin does in a nutshell. So now let's actually listen to what this can do on a kick drum. Alright, so we're going to be using the same song in this video that I used when I reviewed the Escalator plugin by Black Salt Audio. So if you guys want to learn about that plugin, I have a link popping up in the top right corner now, so definitely check out that video after this video. So What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the kick drum on solo for you, and I'm going to mess with these knobs here so you can actually hear what they do. So let's give it a listen. All right, so that was just me kind of playing with the knobs here, letting you guys hear what this plugin can do. So on the control side here, I was basically just pulling down our threshold and compressing the low end. I was moving the compressed below so you can hear what the different frequency sounded like. And then I was using the solo low so we can actually listen to that. And then I was actually boosting up that low frequency so we can mix it in with the higher frequencies, okay? And then I used the enhance knob, and I used it way over exaggerated just so you can hear it, but you can hear that it's adding in those harmonics. And then I move the enhanced frequency up and down the spectrum here so you can hear which each one sounds like. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Dan, yes, it does some cool stuff here, but how does it actually sound in a mix? Is it actually beneficial to a kick drum, to a bass? Well, let me actually show that to you now. So I'm going to disable this rev here. So I'm gonna make this inactive. And let me enable this one here because it has the settings I like on it here. So this is what I actually set up for the low control settings for the kick drum that I like. So let's actually listen to this bypassed, and then I'll bring it in, and you're going to hear it in the mix, and you're going to hear the benefit of it. All right, so let's give it a listen. All right, so that's actually pretty drastic difference there. If you were listening in headphones, you probably heard it. So the cool thing about doing your low end boost this way is that we are controlling that low end and we're not using EQ to do it. So we're not really messing with our upper frequency spectrum at all, okay? So this is basically us controlling the lows where we set it at here, compressing them, and then turning them up and blending them in with the rest of the kick sound, okay? So as you can see that we got a much fatter sounding kick, and we did not lose any of that beat or punch sound to it, okay? So loving it, I think it sounds great. So let's move on to the bass now, and I'll let you hear what it sounds like on that. All right, so for the bass, these are the settings that I set up for it here. So I want to listen to it in solo mode first, and we'll hear it bypass, and then I'll unbypass it, and then we'll listen to the mix, and you can hear the difference that this plugin makes. So let's give it a listen. All right, so that did a really good job of fattening up the bass. And again, we didn't lose that plucking sound. And the plucking sound is definitely something I talked about from the last video when I was reviewing the escalator with this particular bass. So let's now give it a listen in the mix. All right, so I'm really loving that. It is giving the bass a really solid low end and giving the song a really nice foundation underneath it. And it sounds good when it's bypassed, but it's just that much better when it's enabled. And plugins like this are meant to be used subtly. They're basically meant to take your sound from, 90 to 100%, that extra 10% basically to get it there. All right. So that's how you want to think about it when you're using plugins like this. So that is my review slash tutorial on the Black Salt Audio Low Control. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe because I love making this content for you, and hit that notification bell to know when new videos coming out. So with that being said, until the next video, I will see you guys later, and peace out.